Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL lately, you've probably heard some buzz that's been stirring up the entire league, especially within the NFC West, where the Seattle Seahawks are looking to solidify their spot as serious contenders. And at the center of this whirlwind is a name that's been making waves: Danielle Hunter. That's right, the veteran pass rusher from Houston, who's been a disruptive force in the league since his days at LSU, is now potentially heading to the Seahawks. And let me tell you, this isn't just a minor upgrade, it's a game changer. The buzz came from insiders like Diana Rossini, who's well known for her reliable scoops, and what she's revealing is pretty significant. The Houston Texans, sitting at 3-2 in a division that's shaping up to be really competitive, with C.J. Stroud emerging as an elite quarterback, are making some strategic moves. They're looking to free up cap space, around $14 million, and that's where Danielle Hunter comes into focus. The Texans, who are also heavily invested in extending their rookies and shoring up their offensive line, see Hunter as surplus to requirements. They're willing to part ways with him, and the Seahawks are interested. Now, why would the Seahawks be interested in Hunter? Well, let's look at their current situation. They're sitting at 3-2, second in the NFC West behind the 49ers, and their pass rush has been a little limited lately. Derick Hall, who has shown flashes of brilliance, has been out with an oblique injury, missing Week 6, and Boy Mafe has been doing his best to step up, but it's clear they need more firepower. Adding Hunter would be like turning a storm into a hurricane. Imagine the chaos he could bring rushing the quarterback, especially with his ability to rack up sacks and pressure the offensive line. Hunter, for those who might not follow him closely, was drafted in 2015 by the Minnesota Vikings out of LSU. Over his career, he's been a 4-time Pro Bowler, consistently demonstrating elite pass-rushing ability. His 2024 stats are impressive: 11.5 sacks, which puts him in the top 8 among edge rushers, along with 14 tackles for loss and a plus 0.20 EPA per snap, a metric that shows how effective he's been at generating pressure and disrupting plays. His PFF grade of 88.4 ranks him 6th among all edge defenders, and his hurry rate of 15% places him in the top 12 of the league. All these numbers tell us that Hunter is still an elite force on the field, capable of changing the outcome of games with his disruptive presence. And the 2025 outlook? Well, he's not slowing down. Currently, he's tallying 16 tackles solo, ranking around the 35th among edge defenders, and has recorded 3 sacks, putting him near the top 20 in that category. Plus, he's got a forced fumble, a win rate of 21%, and a double team rate of 29%, which is quite high, but also shows how much offenses respect his talent. His ability to shed double teams and still produce pressure is a testament to his technique and explosiveness. And don't forget, he allowed just 2 1-yards after contact per tackle, ranking in the top 9, which shows he's not only good at rushing the quarterback, but also at setting the edge and stopping runs. Hunter's recent game against the Colts, where he recorded 5 pressures and a sack, is a perfect example of what he can bring to a defense. His career stats, including 98 sacks, 118 tackles for loss, and over 330 pressures, are a testament to his consistency and elite level of play. His ability to bend the arc and win against offensive tackles at a 65% rate puts him in the top tier of pass rushers in the league. And even with some injury setbacks, like a knee issue that cost him a game in 2025, he's shown resilience and a high level of performance when healthy. Comparing him to a peak Khalil Mack in 2018, Hunter's burst and speed, with a 4.6-second 40-yard dash, make him a nightmare for any offensive line. But let's talk about the strategic side of things. The Texans, despite their interest in Hunter, are a bit cautious about overpaying. They have around $18 million in cap space, and are focusing on a youth rebuild, especially on defense, which currently ranks 19th in points allowed. giving up 21 points per game. Trading Hunter makes sense for them in the sense of balancing their roster and cap, but it's a risk because their pass rush could take a hit, pressures could drop by around 12%, similar to what happened to the Vikings after losing Hunter in 2023. The division they're in, the AFC South, is incredibly volatile right now, with odds of plus 5,000 for winning the AFC South, so every move counts. Now, bringing Hunter to the Seahawks isn't just about adding a player, it's about elevating the entire defense. His presence on the field could boost the Seahawks' projected sacks from around 13 to 25. That's nearly doubling their output, which would significantly impact their ability to pressure opposing quarterbacks and create turnovers. His addition is also expected to raise their PFF rush grade from 82.3 to over 88, making their pass rush much more dangerous. And when you look at the impact he's expected to have, it's not just about sacks, it's also about how he influences the game. For example, when Hunter lines up alongside Uchenna Nwasu, who already has 4 sacks in 2025, the Seahawks' defense gains a boost of around 11 stops per game, which is huge. This duo would be reminiscent of some of the best edge-rushing tandems in recent NFL history, like the Bosa brothers, limiting opponents' yardage and creating chaos in the backfield. The impact on the Seahawks' overall performance could be profound. They're already a team that's trending upward, especially with Geno Smith at quarterback, who's been steady with over 300 passing yards and 9 touchdowns. Adding Hunter could give them that extra edge, literally and figuratively. Their points allowed per game could drop from 21 to about 17, and with a more aggressive pass rush, they could generate around 6 more possessions per game through turnovers. This, in turn, would give Walker more room to run, with early season rushing totals of 450 yards already showing promise. It's all about building a balanced, aggressive, and relentless defense that can keep pace with the top teams in the league. And let's not forget the playoff implications. Odds for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl have already been moving in their favor, from plus 4,000 to plus 1,800, a clear sign that the league is starting to see them as real contenders. The NFC West itself is a hotly contested division, with the 49ers leading but vulnerable, and the Rams showing flashes of brilliance. Hunter's addition could be the X factor that pushes Seattle over the top, especially with the playoffs looming. His ability to rush mobile quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, who's dangerous in the pocket, could be a game-changer in the postseason. The boost in the Seahawks' defense against such quarterbacks could be the difference between a deep run or an early exit. Now, looking ahead, the Seahawks are positioning themselves smartly. They're not just trying to add talent for the sake of it. They want a defense that's aggressive, versatile, and capable of dictating the pace of the game. Hunter's potential arrival aligns perfectly with that vision. It's about creating a front seven that's relentless, that can pressure quarterbacks constantly, and that can shut down the run when needed. The coaching staff, led by Pete Carroll, has always been about building a cohesive, disciplined team, and adding a player of Hunter's caliber fits right into that philosophy. So fans, the big question now is, how do you see this playing out? Will the Seahawks make this move happen? And if they do, what kind of impact do you think Danielle Hunter will have on their quest for another Super Bowl appearance? It's an exciting time to be a Seahawks supporter, no doubt. The potential of adding such a disruptive pass rusher could be the catalyst that elevates this team from a good squad to a legit Super Bowl contender. The NFC West is about to get even more intense, and the Seahawks are positioning themselves right at the heart of the action. This move, if it happens, won't just be about one player. It'll be about signaling to the league that Seattle is serious about competing now and in the future. It's about creating a defense that strikes fear into quarterbacks and a team that can close out games with relentless pressure. The next few weeks will be crucial, and all eyes are on whether the Seahawks can seal this deal for Danielle Hunter. If they do, it's going to be a season to remember, a season where the Seahawks take a giant leap forward, with a defense that's more ferocious than ever, ready to chase that elusive Lombardi trophy once again. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Are you excited about the prospect of Hunter donning the green and blue? Do you think he's the missing piece to push this team over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. This is a team on the rise, and with moves like these, the future looks brighter than ever. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Seahawks.